Tim?
Yes.
When we met at the Ride Along movies, if you had told me that we would be hanging out in Harlem talking about a brand new Shaft movie, I would have said, that's never going to happen.
But it is, and here we are.
I can't believe it. And it feels so authentic to actually be in this historical neighborhood.
It's Harlem.
You just
Brownstone.
you just take a look around and you just kind of feel what this movie's all about. Speaking of the movie, let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
Great to meet you. Great to meet you. Good to see you again, my friend.
Always.
I just want to take this in because I'm going to tell you right now, looking at the three of y'all like this is cool. This is cool. When I saw the movie, I was excited. Now I'm seeing you in person. I'm like, this is cool. Nice. I want to know about the first time that you all met each other. Tell me about that day.
What about the first time y'all met? I don't think I've ever heard this story.
No, me and Richard met at a golf tournament. We were trying to figure that out the other day. But we met at some golf tournament, you know, and we've been cool ever since.
I was thinking about it last night. I think it was the Crosby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then when John came to me about doing the other Shaft, I was like, well, we can't do it unless Richard's in it. Because I'm not taking the responsibility of saying, well, where's the other Shaft? You replacing him? And said, no, he's still here.
Right.
You know?
So, question for you is, what's it like to meet these two legends? Y'all are legends. You know that. You have to know
They
that.
are.
You always say that when I say that to you. Anyway, I'm going to give you those props. What was like for you? It's true. It is true.
It was humbling. It was very humbling, but it was intimidating a little bit. You know, luckily they alleviated that pressure. They kind of made it so it would be easier for me to walk amongst the Shafts. Such a powerful moment for me. You know what I mean? It was kind of surreal. I was able to look to my right and see Sam. I was able to look to my left and see Richard. And here we are, still doing the same thing. Sometimes I just can't believe I'm sitting here.
Richard, back in the day when you played this character, did you have any idea how iconic he would become?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was humbling to walk around the city, go overseas and whatnot, and people going crazy. Man, it was a beautiful thing. And the checks cleared.
Most important.
Yeah, actors always say that. You said that to me a couple of times.
Most important.
What's it like when you guys put the coat on? If you wear the coat, is that empowering? I mean,
it's like a superhero cape.
There you go.
You know what I mean? You feel like you could take on anything. I could take a bullet with one because the coat was so heavy. The material was pretty solid. So
that's what I remember most about it.
That's how heavy it was. It was heavy.
It's different levels to that because I was talking to Richard about it, and when you watch that shot of him with his coat and he's walking through the New York traffic, he said, they just turned the cameras on and Gordon Parks just told him to cross the street. They didn't have people, you know, stopping cars.
Wow.
So he was just doing it.
I saw him on the street before this interview.
He was like, oh shit.
He does the same every time. It's Richard Roundtree. My mom actually said, there's Shaft. I'm like, no way. Turn, there he is, smoking a cigar. All right, your favorite line.
I didn't feel like Shaft until the night that I had the coat on and I got to walk down the middle of Fifth Avenue and all the cars started moving out of my way. That's when you know, okay, I'm Shaft.
Your favorite line, your favorite Shaft line. We'll start with you.
Oh, well, my favorite Shaft line used to be Bundini Brown's line when he look at Richard and say, Shaft, me and you won't have to tango.
Mine is in that same scene. Who's gonna frisk you?
Right.
Nobody did the booty line. I thought for sure I was going to get some. I knew somebody was going to have to say.
He likes that line.
He does like that line.
That's not a bad line.
Gentlemen, thank you so much. Great film. Y'all are amazing. I'm excited because I know both of you.
Yes.
I'm name dropping.
Yes.
Great to see you both again.
Great to see you.
When is the first time that you knew of this character Shaft? For me, I heard the song years ago and I was like, what is that? So I'm just curious, when did you first learn of the character Shaft?
You know, I don't remember. I'm not going to say that it stood out in my brain. I remember the effect that it had on my older brothers. I remember my brothers loving Shaft, and so it's like it was like the name and the sound was always around. It's kind of like a part of. I just remember like Shaft always kind of being there, but I don't know that I remember the first time, or I just remember he was cool.
Yeah. I remember when Sam did the Shaft movie in the 90s.
The remake,
I
right.
remember that was a really big deal because that was more my time, and I remember everyone.
And my mama thought Richard Roundtree was cute. Her and all her friends.
So fly. He was just so fly. Yeah. But I think for me it was just hearing all of like my family loves quoting movies. So I think it was all of the movie quotes that I had grown up with, because obviously I was too young to watch the movies because they're a little adult. But I remember all of like the little jokes.
I hope it was the rated PG quotes, because Shaft, he throws down some.
Oh, he does. No, we don't keep it PG in my house.
Okay, well that's
No, we
cool.
don't.
Keep it real. Keep it
You're
real.
not even keeping it PG if you watch Shaft.
I know.
Yeah, that's not a PG house.
The fact that your characters are strong women, is that something that drew you both to these roles?
Totally. Well, after I had auditioned for the movie, I really kind of dove in. I obviously watched the first one before my audition, and then I really dove into it. And once I read the script, you know, these movies, when the women tend to show up in a very overtly sexualized way and tend to be a little bit more on the misogynistic side. What I loved about this Son of Shaft was that it wasn't that. It was a movie where we were talking about women as women and not just pussy, which is really nice. It's a really great turn. We're changing that narrative, especially within the Black community. We need to change that narrative. We need to see our women with respect.
Tell me a typical day on the set, because what a cast. Y'all shot on location, if I'm not mistaken.
We shot.
Good amount.
Yes, some things.
And
are
I should
okay.
point out that we're shooting in Harlem today.
Yeah.
But what was it like, just a typical day on the set?
It was
Easy?
fun. It was
Yeah.
ezy. Yeah, I mean, I think everyone got along. It moved. It was.
Yeah.
Sam was great. You know,
He's such
Richard
a pro.
great. Jessie's great.
Yeah.
She's amazing. It was ease.
Yeah.
And movement.
So it had a cool feeling to it.
Yeah, and everyone's a pro, which is really nice. So
Yeah.
everyone shows up correct, and then we're able to play, which is really nice.
And everyone felt like their character. You know what I mean? Like I saw her and I was like, oh, there she is. It's like you see everyone and it all makes sense. Like, I don't know, it kind of all just fell right into place.
Yeah.
You know, when I was writing the questions, getting ready to talk with you today, I was jamming the song.
Yeah.
I was just getting for inspiration, you know, what I needed to.
That's all you need.
To feel. So my question for you is, as you were directing this, did you ever go back to the song to give you that feeling,
Always.
that motivation?
It's amazing you ask that. Always. I found myself probably listening to it every other day, just because there's some scenes where you need that swag, you need that tempo, and I would just listen to it. It's interesting you have that. Yes, often.
What was most important for you to make this your own, but maintain the feeling that this character has and that this story has?
Well, you have to maintain the cool. You have to maintain that Shaft is really to so many people. He kind of just represents like manhood. He represents all that. And I had to be sure I maintain that, even in this world of kind of, you know, as you can see, we put a lot of humor in it. There's
You
a lot
have
of
to.
Fun, there's a lot of fun moments. But never did we want to disrespect who Shaft is and what he stands for.
What's it like to direct a cast like this? Because not only do you have Richard Roundtree, who's a legend, but Samuel L. Jackson and Regina Hall, and Alexandra, you have just an incredible cast. How do you direct a cast like that?
You make sure you have a great foundation script. And then I kind of, by having a great cast, it makes my job easier. I kind of let them play. And you kind of, I'd sometimes say I just act like the goalie. I just keep the ball in play. But at the same time, you let them do their thing.
When was the first time that you heard of this character? Maybe were you a kid? For me, I heard the song when I was working on the radio years ago in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And I said, what is that song? Because it just sticks at you.
When it came.
Yeah, when was the first time you heard of this character?
Well, let's see, I was too young to go to the movie when it came out.
Okay.
But later on, it was kind of one of those films that you kind of snuck and saw, like however you're going to see it. It was at this theater or whatever. And I had to have been maybe 10 or something like that. And I must admit, you kind of got it. You know, as soon as you said, wow, this is a superhero. It's a black superhero.
He really is. He
Yeah.
really is. When you think about it like that. Do you have a favorite scene in this film? And we're not going to give anything away, but I want to know if you have a favorite scene.
A favorite scene, like one of my favorites is the end gun battle where I have all the generations doing their thing together.
And you just see them together, and of course the coat. But again, we're not giving anything
Not
away.
giving
But
away.
yeah.
Not giving away.
Well, because obviously Richard reps, and he reps very well.
Yeah.
All right, I mentioned at the beginning that we met during Ride Along, and I think we're getting another one pretty soon, or?
There is one in the works. We are writing, and who knows? It'll come to theaters at some point.
Look at you with your poker face.
Yeah.
Tim, it's always great to see you. Congratulations.
Good to see you
Absolutely
again.
love this film. Great job. And you did bring that cool feeling to it.
Thank you so much.